he did. It didn't happen the other day. But the guy, probably the only guy that I'm sitting here looking and just pops up in a couple of different places for a couple of different reasons. Bozzelli. Dominic Bozzelli. He's probably my extreme value guy if you want to take a couple of the higher tier guys.
All right. I'm good on that. I do have some guys that I like, but he's not one of them. Mm-hmm. I don't have much more for you on that. His numbers are pretty terrible as far as ball striking goes.
Right, but I got a feeling, I got a feeling. How about Sam Saunders? He popped up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind Sam Saunders. He he popped for a while last week, and then as soon as he got up near the lead, he just absolutely imploded. I think he had like a double, 3 bogeys, and a triple or some crap in like 6 holes. It was unreal.
And then, of course, if you're named after one of the greatest sandwiches of all time, the hoagie, you got to have a little bit of love for hoagie, right?
I do love a good hoagie. There's a place in Ann Arbor. You ever been to Izzy's Hoagie Shop in Ann Arbor?
I have not.
Oh, it's just fantastic. It's on the old West Side, Stadium Boulevard near Pauline. I absolutely love it. I make it a point to go there every time I'm in Ann Arbor. Can we pause for a very special noise for a second?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. While you're drinking that, I'll remind everybody, we are Draft for Upside. You're listening live, if you're listening live, at the Legend Sports Network, which can be found on Lenny Melnick, FantasySports.com. Of course, you can reach us on our webpage, draftforupside.com, DRAUGHT as in draft beer, Facebook, Twitter, the whole works. You can find us all over the place. Yeah, that's it. Brought to you by beer. What kind of beer you got there, buddy?
Oh, it's the same one.
Presque Isle Pale. Yeah, very tasty stuff.
Good. You left to start the evening, so it's getting me through.
It's true. It's true.
I love your little beginning to the intro there. Like, you are listening live. If you're listening live.
If you're listening live, yeah.
That is, if you're listening live, you are listening live.
We had one person named Short Porch pop into the chat room to ask when this draft that we were previously broadcasting started. So that counts as a live listener, sir.
Heck yeah, it does.
Yeah, well, baby.
Both of our potential live listeners, a couple of guys in the 6K range that I do enjoy this week. That was a weird way to put that. I'm not sure why I said that. A couple of guys whose numbers have looked good that I think have a good chance to succeed this week. My namesake, as far as the first name, Adam Svensson, at 6,700. He had some decent form early in the year, and he's really been trending well here the last few weeks. 25th strokes gained approach the last 24 rounds, and 16th off the tee. That is enough to get my attention. Had a pretty good week last week. I think he was like 6,300 or something crazy.
I blanked. I'm sorry. Who are you talking about?
Adam Svensson. Does your hearing go out when you blink? I don't know how that works.
Adam Stenson. He was mentioned by a podcast famous duo today.
The Junkies of the Tour.
No. We don't promote other things around here. Pat and DB, it's fine.
You've always said their names. Anyway.
No.
No, I don't mind Hoagie at all, though. I think this is the kind of course that Hoagie can no free publicity, right? That Hoagie can succeed on. So I don't mind Hollywood Hoagie. Beyond him, it gets kind of ugly. Like, unless you want to take shots at Chad Campbell, who's had decent success here in the past, like, he's all right. Tyrone Van Asrigen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
300. Like, these are just names. I'm not saying I like these guys. I'm just saying stuff. Like, it gets kind of ugly down here. Couple Monday qualifiers. I mean, you can talk about them. Chris Stroud has decent course history. Tyler Duncan is one that could be worth talking about. He really hasn't popped at all the last month or so, but he's shown some pretty good form in these. Like, I liken these tournaments the last 3 weeks to fall swing events. Mm-hmm. As far as the field strength, and in this case, like, this is the worst field we've seen all year. It's not even close. Like, this might as well be a Web.com Tour event. So a guy like Tyler Duncan down at 6,600 stands out to me. He's a lefty. He plays golf, and his numbers look all right. So 6,600, you could do worse.
I dig it. I got nothing else, man. We went over everybody.
I mean, pretty much.
Everybody
I'm not going to everyone one by one, but
right.
Like there's just, there's going to be somebody that pops down here in that 6K range. There's probably going to be a few of them in this field, but the ones that we've mentioned are the ones that actually look all right with the way their numbers are trending. So I don't have a whole crap ton more to add. Oh, you know what? Let me throw one more guy in there. This dude is a journeyman. His form is not good very often, but when it is, he can put it together a couple weeks in a row. Robert Garrigus at 6,300 actually intrigues me a little bit.
They were mentioned as well in a podcast, which I will not name.
My goodness. Garrigus is just one of the worst putters you'll ever see. Like he makes Luke List and Hideki and some of these guys look like just all world putters, but I don't know. He's a guy that I could see doing a little something this week.
But sometimes when you get those guys that kind of are pretty good at the other stats that you need but are lacking one, I mean, they could put it together for a weekend, right?
Yeah, I mean, why the hell not? It's a John Deere
What if his
Classic.
putter heats up, and just gets him through the cut line and he finishes top 30, and you're pretty happy with that, right?
Oh, thrilled.
Yeah.
You'd be happy with top 50 with him because the guy if he makes the cut, he's making a lot of birdies. Like he's going to make a lot of bogeys too. But on the weekend, if the guy makes it there, he's going to score for you. He's going to make 4, 5, 6 birdies around at least. So
is winning this tournament like breaking a mirror? Because it looks like Michael Kim hasn't made a cut since he won here.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned that in the course preview.
Yeah, I think you did. I just saw him at 6,400. He's made 4 of 23 cuts this year.
Yeah, he won.
I want to co-sign that and say that you did in fact emphasize that point and make that point. So I'm just jumping in here randomly, but yeah, I'm gone again. Bye.
I appreciate that. Sometimes I've been drinking and I can't remember what I said and didn't say. So, Chris, I appreciate you having my back, buddy.
And usually I'm monitoring the chat room and several other things while I'm talking, so I miss a lot of things. Let's be fair.
I mean, look, Adam. I'll tell you something. Like, your win last week. Typically, I'm a pretty jealous guy. Like, I'm mad when other people win and I lose, and I'm mad at myself more than anything. But I was really happy for you last week. Partially, probably because I didn't play. But I was happy to see your success. I wish it would have been better, and I hope you two both have great success this week because I won't be playing. So win it.
Do stuff. Yeah, I didn't see our like league reminder thing pop up on DraftKings.
It didn't. It's gone. I don't know. I just looked for it and it's gone. So.
Well, we got to bring it back somehow, right? Like at least you and I do a head-to-head or something.
Yeah, we can do a head-to-head. Yeah, we can do what, $500?
Yeah, I'm down. I got the bankroll now.
Right? I don't. All right, well, let's change it up a little bit since Chris isn't playing, hasn't been listening, and he's been listening. I'm just kidding. Mark's not here. So let's do something a little different.
I've been listening the entire time.
I know you have. I'm just playing with you. Let's do something a little different.
That just sounded great. You did an amazing job.
I
think this is one of the best golf podcast. Like I saw something on Twitter. I just wanted to bring this up, and I don't know if you saw it, Adam. If you go into my tweets,
darn it! Sorry, that guy just sniped from us. Jose Martinez, my brother. He was next up in my list. I wanted him. I was ready for him. We put our trust in him at the beginning of the year, and he let us down. And I was going to double down on it.
But I don't know, Adam, if you saw it in my Twitter. There was a conversation. I don't know what podcast it was, but one of his friends. He goes to him and he's texting this guy and he's like, "Man, are you guys wasted? Like it sounds like you guys are wasted. I don't want you to see you guys throw this all away like this. And I'm worried about you."
I saw this. It was hilarious.
And then he goes back and he's like, my bad. I was listening to it at half speed. Which, if you've ever listened to a podcast at half speed, it certainly does sound like they're wasted. But I don't know if you saw my response was, wait, you're not supposed to do podcasts wasted? Like, what do you mean throwing it away? That's what we built our brand on.
Love it.
Oh, absolutely. Like people might be confused if anybody actually listened to this, they would probably be confused and think we were all wasted, and they'd actually be right.
That's how you play golf, isn't it? I mean, look, if we're going to talk about golf, where you drive around in a cart and you drink beer, I think that you should just sit on your computer chair and drink beer while you're talking about it. I think that's how the analysis works.
Absolutely.
So on that note, the RNA denied John Daly a golf cart for the British Open. Yeah, so no, people don't just drink beer and drive around in a golf cart all the time in golf. That's what like the average casual guy does to get out and escape his wife for 4 hours on the weekend. But no, not everyone does that, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What a travesty that they would just deny that to a national treasure like that. Like, I mean, he's one of my heroes, to be quite honest.
Yep, love him. Absolutely love him. So let's do something a little different here, buddy. 9,000 and up. Your two favorite guys. 9,000 and up.
Who's starting it off?
You go ahead. Give me one. Give me one of your favorite guys, then I'll pick two, and then you pick one.
It's just you guys. I'm going into the nether regions. I don't even know what that means.
We'll get back to you. Don't worry.
Joaquin Niemann.
All right. I will take Brian Harmon, and then I will take Chucky Sticks.
Oh, so we're doing the snake draft style.
Yep. All right. Give me your one other guy you like in the 9,000 and up range.
Not that this matters, but or we'll ever track it. But I'll take Morikawa if you're leaving him there for me.
Yeah, I am. Hey, this is all in a bright red notepad. Don't you worry. Someday.
Let's just get drunk one day on beer and go through it all and figure out whoever did well in this stuff.
Yeah, we got this. We got it. We're gonna make this happen. All right, give me two guys to fade. Do you want to go first or second?
It doesn't matter.
All right, go ahead. First, give me your first guy to fade. 9,000.
You were talking 9K and up.
9K and up. Yes, sir.
Number one, I'll say Matthew Wolff.
Matthew Wolff. I am going to say Victor Hovland.
Whew.
And then I am going to fade Zach Johnson. Give me one more.
Fade Mr. Daniel Berger. You know what? No, that's not good enough. Everyone's fading him anyway. Let's go Sungjae. Sungjae M, 9,700. Fade that asshole.
I love it. All right, now let's talk. Let's see, there's not many. Is there enough guys in the 8K? Nope, there's not. So we'll go 75 and up. Two favorite plays. I'm going to start off with 75 to 89, right? Follow?
Yep.
I clicked a bad button. What did I do?
What does that do? You click a bad button.
No, I was just looking at the lists and I selected a player. My bad. I probably should just leave him in there. It's a sign, right?
Yep, always.
I'm going to go with my Bud.
Yo, is the bad button kind of like a safe word?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I will tell you that somebody just let off a firework around my house, and it's July 10th. Come on, guys. It's still light out. My dog's happy about it.
We can spend the last 15 minutes of the pod ranting about that.
Yeah, we're going to get there. Let's finish our player picks. So, 75 to 89, I take my Bud.
Bobby is ready.
You get two.
What was that? I will take Kevin Tway at the very top, and I will take Mr. Sam Ryder at the very bottom, 7,500.
I like it. I am going to take Dylan Fratelli.
Mhm.
I like